All right, so welcome to the exchange. So, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to give you my opinion on what I see in the stock markets. Looking to the left to see what has happened, then looking to the right to see what may happen. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you invest money in things you know about. If you don't know, invest in yourself and learn. That's the best way you can make money out here and have some security in these markets. So, let's look at what happens to stock. Hey, welcome to the exchange. So this is the very first episode, and this is going to be a videos about what I think may happen in the next week or so with some stocks, particular stocks, not TSP related, not investment related. This is just going to be combining some of the skills you learned if you watch some of our other videos on how to chart and seeing where you can take that in the future with particular stocks. So one of the ones I'm looking at, which is going to be on my watch list, is going to be Western Union. Right now, I see Western Union in a consolidation. It looks like it's in this area right here. And what we're going to do is make this a little bit lighter because I don't like that color. It's too much. Turn that down. So there we go. So right now we're in a consolidation phase, but what I am looking at specifically is this candle right here. This is a institutional candle. It means there's a lot of movement in here. There's probably going to be orders in here somewhere to make this consolidation area go further down or further up. So what I'm looking at specifically is I would like to see this go up and touch this area right here. We're going to do a nice little... Yeah, let's get that back. There we go. And we're going to call this a supply zone. So I'm looking for it to hit the supply zone. So I want to see price come from where it's at right here and come up here to the supply zone. And then I will react to it accordingly. It may continue down or it may go up depending on what kind of orders are here, if they're buys or sells. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to see price go from here to here. So let's make sure I put this on here because I may forget. I'm not going to lie to you. And where you at? There you are. I want to see it go from here to there. And if that supply zone has a lot of sell orders in it, I will look for it to go there. If it has a lot of buy orders in it, here we go. So if it has a lot of buy orders, then I'm looking for it to do this, continue up. It may chop around, and then do one of these up to this area. So the reason I'm pointing over here is because we have another. We could do it from about here to here. And this is going to be one of our supply zones. So I'm looking for it to go there. Let's move that out the way. Put that here. And move this over. Now, if it goes through there up, I'm looking at about this, let's say $14 range, and down, I'm looking for it to at least get to this $11 flat range. So that's what I'm thinking for Western Union, but we'll see because consolidation zones can be a little bit tricky to manage, but it looks like the strength of the market is going up slightly, so I'm looking for a breakout to the upside regardless before it goes downward. So next one I'm looking at is BITO, and this one, if you don't know what BITO is, this is a strategy on how to play Bitcoin. Now, if you have been paying attention to Bitcoin, it has a whole bunch of all-time highs. I've been doing some marking up on this for a while now, and for me, I'm looking for it to get out of this gap it just filled. Now, the last time I got out of that gap, it went right here for a straight rejection. It's back in that gap again, which is now filled, but I am looking for it to continue down for a little bit, at least to fill this current gap around $20. And if we go down further, 17. So that's what I'm looking for. I would love to see it do this because I would love to get into this again. But in all actuality, this may continue up. So how do I say where it will go? Well, I'm going to scroll to the left, and then I'm going to make, oh, there we go. So generally I'm looking for this area around here, $23. If it's going to go up, it's going to go up at least to the $23 mark. So that's what I'm looking for if it continues up. So I'm looking for, you can get out of here. So if you have the free version of TradingView, you'll notice that you'll start getting a lot of those little advertisements. So here's current price. I'm looking for it maybe to chop up and down a little bit more because we had a lot of rejection, strong rejection, but then to go there. So we'll see. I'm hoping that's what it does, because if Bitcoin goes up, that's what's going to happen. It's going to go up with it. Now, say this one right here is $20, but you really want to get into crypto. There's another one you can look at. It's called HUT. For a HUT 8 group, they're also a miner. This one is at $11. Okay, so this one had a rejection here. Now, if you know about patterns, you'll know one thing. Let's see if you know what this one is. So at this moment, it looks like we have a head and shoulders, but we would have to have either this could have been the shoulder right here, and then we are going to go down, or we're going to have some continuation here and one of these to go further down. Now, is it pretty? No, it doesn't have to be pretty, but if you know the direction, that's all you really need to know. So I'm looking to see if this is going to create a head and shoulders. So if it does, it can come down further. Now, for me, I would love to get into it at that price. And look, that stopped around here. So let's make a little mark here. This is our last area of support down here. Then we have another one. Around here. Then we have, let's see, one here. So we're actually at a level of support at this moment. The next big one we see could be literally right down here where this shoulder could be. There. So in all actuality, I'm hoping this plays out, because I would love to pick up some HUT at a definitely lower price and then ride that up as the Bitcoin halving comes around next. Oh, sorry, it's not next year now, it's this year. And remember, the spot ETF for that is going to be happening very soon. So let's take a look at one more I want to look at. Good old-fashioned Carnival Cruise Lines. If you haven't heard about Carnival Cruise Lines, that means you probably haven't been cruising. But the reason I'm looking at this is I'm looking at it to actually come down. I want to see if this is going to be an actual M pattern. So the pattern I see right now is this. I would love to see a continuation down to here, right about that area, and then a continuation up. So the reason I say that is this area right here is where I'm looking at for that end of the end pattern. If it does, I'm going to be very happy to pick up Carnival at about $10 and change. I already had the overbought indication all through here. So this is a healthy pullback for it right now. I would love to see this pull down some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there. It may get a little messy on the chart, and I apologize, but here we go. I need to see where we're at, because if this is a pullback, I want to see how much further it's going to pull back to. So we have our start here, down here. So we're only at 382. So we probably can come up here to about half the red candle, 0.50, and then look for a continuation down. So around 18 bucks. Say Carnival gets to 18 bucks, it may then continue on its way down. All right. Now here's one if you're looking at penny stocks. So I found this one on a penny stock thing a while back. This is Luminar. They do some technology with, I want to say, radars for electronic cars, EV cars. So right now they're at $3 and change. Now remember, if you're not doing your own due diligence, if you have not learned how to chart, you should not be looking into these. Learning how to chart is like the best and like super best thing you can do when you're looking into individual stocks and other things. So first and foremost, we want to do the easiest part. We want to first draw our trend line. Now, everybody does them different. I'm just going to the easiest places for me. Now, if I do body to body, it'd be there. If you want to do this kind of trend line, you can, and we'll talk about why. So now we have one trend line, right? It's going through the price action. Now you have room for another trend line. So with both of these, you'll notice that you have this one where it actually goes through trend, the actual price. So it broke the price action, and then it started another area. Now and this is how people's charts get like a lot of drawings on them, because then you start seeing levels everywhere. Here's a level here. So now I'm looking to see if this comes down. I want to see it come to $2.36 range, and that would be a great place to buy it. If not, and it's already going up, it would be on the support of this trend line it currently has, and that's at $3.27, going up to probably, let's see, our next area of resistance is most likely going to be right here. $4.40. So within that range is where you should be taking profit. And here's the last one. This is a pretty big one. I'm sure you all have heard about this one. This one's called Occidental Petroleum, aka Oxy. So Oxy is a big stock. It's been traded by a lot of people. Someone very important out in the investment world always owns Occidental Petroleum. If you know who that is, put it in the comments. But here we go. So we have a breakdown on what has happened with Oxy, and it's almost the same thing as happened with some other stocks. So that's our break of trend line, and right here on this candle here, let's make it bigger. That candle right there, that's where we had a great buy-in opportunity. So let's get a little bit more in here. Where are we looking to get in at? So first and foremost, we have a gap. Now, this gap is signifying to me I am not going to buy Oxy at this price. I'm waiting for it to come down more. And if at anything, I would look at it to buy it at $55. $54 would be the next area of support, but it would have to be under the current price. So I would like to see it come down some more and get some momentum. Remember, 55 and change, almost $56, or right down here at 54. And when you're in the stock market, it's not about exact numbers. It's about the percentage of your gain or percentage of your loss. Now, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. This was the first episode of the exchange, and this is going to be a weekly list that I come up with and present to you. See what you think, and if you're interested in just doing regular stocks. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.